Hey, everybody. We are here with a video update. As you probably know from our post a month ago, our friend Josh, who was under the account from my office, passed away. And we've had to take a little bit of a break to process that, kind of go through that a little bit. I don't know, just kind of get back on our feet a little bit. As mentioned in the post, we didn't start the channel nor the Retrek review for Josh, but he, in the last, probably last year, he's kind of been like a really, really big part of the channel with his outrageously long comments. He filmed an intro for us. He filmed little shorts for us that we displayed during our podcast. He did some voiceover work. And then he was on it. He was on our review of Who Watches the Watchers. So he kind of became a big part. And Caleb and I were intending to do more with him, obviously. Film little skits. We had like a crazy idea of filming like shorts together, like videos of Caleb and I and him doing like Star Trek things. Whatever we could
he
make work.
Remember he was talking about building like a studio,
right?
Doing like full on
like
stuff.
Anything really, anything we could basically, with our time, with money, all that stuff, like try to do real interesting things.
So nothing
money. So nothing was happening, but obviously that kind of got put on pause, I guess. I don't know. Caleb and I haven't really talked about if we're going to do something like that going forward, but he was like the idea man, the cameraman. He had all the costumes. He was like really into it, and that's what you can see on his channel. If you go over to his channel from my office, you can see all of his shorts where he was filming himself as like captains and psychiatrists leaving logs that were very heavy word punned and things of that nature. So Caleb and I just wanted to get together today and just like share some couple funny short stories about the guy and just talk about how he affected our lives in general outside of the podcast, and kind of give you guys an update of what we're doing and hopefully help you guys know who he was a little bit more too. Get a little bit more insight into who he was. So we're in a local historical monument in our area. So we're going to walk around it while it snows on us, because that's the beauty of where we live. We could have filmed this in June and it would still be snowing or raining. Mm-hmm. So if you've noticed Caleb and I losing color in our face and breathing heavier, it's because it's getting really good out. Really good.
Starting to pick up, so that's good.
So I will let you, Caleb, talk first about when you first met him, since you were neighbors with him. And because I think you definitely saw the man first than I did.
Yeah, I'm trying to even think back. It was a few years ago. Ken and I were on a cruise, which is funny.
Sadly.
Because that's when I heard about him passing.
Yep.
Was on this cruise. But, so we were on a cruise. Our realtor texted us and said, hey, I'm selling the house next door to you. And we were like, oh, cool,
Yep.
Yeah, and so come to find out they were friends of theirs, and it was just interesting because those neighbors previously were pretty horrible. But so they moved in. I think you know how it is when you're moving in. You don't want to be. It's not like the movies where you go over with a pie.
No.
You're like, oh, welcome to the neighborhood. It's like it starts like you see each other occasionally, and you're nice and you say hi, But you don't want to invade on their privacy or any
Right.
of that kind of stuff. So it was a lot of that back and forth. And then I think one night we asked them to go on a walk. There's a brewery not
okay.
far from us. And that was kind of the first night that we really got to know them. And funny story for that is when I'm nervous in meeting people, I always say really stupid things. So this is like the first time we ever were together, and I was telling them, I was like, hey, so you know what's funny is when I'm in the backyard at night, I can see right over my fence, like into your kitchen, and I can see you getting ice cubes at your fridge. And while I was saying the words "see through your window," I was saying, "Hey, shut up, stop, don't tell them that." And it was one of those things where it just kind of came out, but it's not anything weird. It was just, I was out with the dogs one night, and I was like, oh man, yeah, you can see right into that kitchen. And then I saw Josh get ice in the fridge, and I was like, oh, that's really funny. And I don't know why.
I
don't know why I told them that, but it became a thing, and they loved it. It became like a running joke.
It was a running joke.
And
I was gonna say, I honestly think a part of that is just like they're both Josh and his wife are very like disarming. They're very easy to talk to. So it's like,
yeah, you just open up about stuff sometimes that you shouldn't.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You say things and you're like,
no, yeah,
no,
yeah. But yeah, so that was kind of the first time we were together, and
yeah.
I think not long after that, I made Josh the sword from the new Zelda game. And I think there's a video on my channel of it, but
yeah,
I wrapped it up and hid it in the backyard, and I put like a map in his mailbox so he could go out and find it. And it just kind of became that kind of relationship, and then
it blossomed from there. Yeah.
And I think once you kind of met them,
right,
we kind of realized that like we all had this very nerdy fan club, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And then that's just kind of where it went.
Yeah, the funny thing was, for me on my end, was that we had heard that people had moved in, obviously, next door to Caleb, and we were like, oh, okay, whatever. And then kind of heard that, like, maybe the guy next door is, like, a big nerd. But, like, maybe. And I remember that my wife and I invited them over to our house for dinner. And Josh wasn't feeling good, so he didn't come, but his wife still did.
Oh, that's right.
And so, like, I got an insight into who he was.
Yeah.
But didn't actually meet the man.
It was one of those, oh, yeah, Josh likes that.
Right, exactly.
Oh, Josh had spaceships.
Exactly.
And you're like, I gotta meet this guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, I, she saw all my Star Trek stuff in the bedroom, in the living room, and all, like, we talked about Weird Al Yankovic, all this stuff we talked about, and she was like, Josh loves that. He's like that. He's a huge fan of that. He loves Ghostbusters, all this stuff, and it was just like, okay, well, I got to meet this man. And I don't think I even knew him or really knew him when you gave him the Master Sword.
Okay.
I think when you sent me pictures of him finding it, and that I think you subsequently used that in your video.
Yeah.
I think, like, that's when I was like, oh, okay, this guy's pretty cool. And then, like, from there, it was a real easy thing to kind of be friends with the guy. And he knew about the podcast, but I think he wasn't a huge fan of TOS, so he didn't really, like,
that's right,
jump on.
Yeah, we were, like, right in the middle of TOS stuff.
Right. And he didn't really comment too much. He kind of was like, that's neat that you guys do that, but
yeah,
that was kind of where it was at.
I think Strange New Worlds is when he started getting more involved, when we covered that. Season 2.
And then when we got into Next Gen, he's a big fan. He grew up, obviously, like most of us. grew up with Next Gen on TV, and he ended up like latching onto the podcast a lot more because he liked TNG and things of that nature. I don't know. I can't speak for Caleb, but that's kind of like when I connected with him a lot more because we were talking a lot more. I didn't see Josh's quite as much as Caleb did. He came to some obviously like cookouts and stuff, but like I didn't know him super well until probably 1.5 2 years ago. So yeah, and he became fast friends and went from there. Yeah, so that's kind of how we met him. He was a big fan of chicken tenders. We had lots of chicken tenders with him.
Yeah, he loved chicken tenders.
He was a big Nintendo fan, huge Nintendo fan.
Yeah, he had the Switch too, like before anybody else I knew.
Yeah.
And I said, "Hey, what are you playing at, Mario?" He liked those jokes.
Yeah. He was an interesting guy, and he was fun to chat with, and like we mentioned in the post, he was like a huge supporter of the podcast. He loved like we were getting subscribers and comments and learning more about everybody. And
I mean, so he's one of the main reasons why we started like Hailing Frequencies open on Fridays.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
because it became this running thing where he wanted to try to just make his comments like so long. It became a thing where we needed like an extra day to cover all the stuff.
Right.
So that he was a pretty big reason for that.
And then he literally said to us he wasn't going to become a Patreon member because then we would be forced to read his comment during the podcast, which would make the podcast, 20, 30 minutes longer.
Yeah.
Which was fine.
Yeah, because like a little bit of insight is like we cover our episode like Wednesday morning.
Oh yeah.
Before like we go to work. So sometimes it may feel like we're in like a big rush to get done.
Some of them are longer, some of them are shorter, yeah.
So like reading a 30-minute Josh comment is like, I gotta take another morning.
I gotta have another day, a separate day from this.
I know, I feel like we always wanted him to do like more.
Always, yeah.
And he was always kind of reluctant. But we got him on that episode and it was fun. Yeah, he just was a busy guy.
He really was.
Too,
Yeah, he had his own things going on, and he always tried to make time for us and do things, but yeah. It was tough. It's tough for all three of us to have like a continuing schedule.
Yeah.
And then Caleb, you probably saw it recently on his channel. He made like Fallout cities based off of our area. And Josh was like a big part of that too, so.
Yeah, he was part of the group. He would, once a month we'd get together and play. We had to travel a long way to get there.
Yeah.
But, that was another big thing too, was like, I know you asked him to do Star Trek, and I asked him to do Fallout, and I feel like a lot of the reasons why it became like a Friday night, once a month thing was because I was trying to really accommodate, like, for Josh.
Right.
There's a lot of times where, like, that was, like, his only night, and we would try to play from, like, 6:30 to, like, 9 was kind of, like, our
right, or a real short window, yeah.
So a lot of that was for him to be involved, and I think he had a good time.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like everybody had a good time with him there.
Absolutely.
So, that was one of the big things that was hard about it is it wasn't just like, oh, I live next door, or I knew him, or he commented and we saw him occasionally. It was like, he was involved in a lot of our stuff.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Now you have to, like, peel him out of it, really, basically. Yeah. I mean, it sucks to put it like that, but that's, like, that's just what's happening.
Yeah, so, it's just one of those things where it's like your first thought is, like, denial.
Right.
And you just can't believe it. And then I think as time goes on, it's more of like, well, how do we address this, like, moving forward with all this stuff that, like, he was a part of.
Right.
So it kind of forces you to do this type of thing, and
Right.
and yeah, just I don't know. I just feel appreciative for the time we got to spend with him
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff that we did with him. Your Star Trek parties are always a big deal every year.
He was pretty into him the last couple of years.
Yeah, the last couple of years I remember he'd be like texting us about like, oh, I need this specific badge
Yeah, that's
for
true.
this uniform.
That one year he had literally sought out and got the like alternate future
Yeah.
Christopher Pike Admiral uniform from Strange New Worlds, I think in season 1.
Yeah.
The finale, I think. And he like went hard for it. He was like getting all the right things. He was like researching, looking at pictures. He was 3D printing stuff out at the library. He's getting Caleb to 3D print him stuff.
I think I 3D printed him the badge he was looking for that was out of stock on the official Trek website.
Okay.
They were out of stock, and I printed him one and painted it. And he's like, "Yeah, it's nice,
No, it's
but
not.
it's not the die-cast metal one, you know."
He was into it.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So Caleb and I, we're in the process of still figuring things out going forward for our own like stuff that we had going on, both for the podcast, his game night, my game night. We're still like fine-tuning all of that.
Yeah.
But I think it's safe to say that by the time this video goes up, there will be some other videos starting to come out on our channel.
Yeah, we did our Dragon Ball watch
Right.
last week. I put that out, I think, the other day. So like that was late, but
Right.
it was like our first time podcasting again, and
Yeah.
it felt good to get
Yeah.
back in the saddle, I think the next big thing, so obviously all that stuff in the funeral,
Yeah.
the next big thing for me is like the next time we get together to play Fallout coming up next week. That's gonna be tough because he was a big part of that,
Right.
and I got to do something where his character stays around but not involved.
Right.
And I mean, you know how I am. I go like 100%
Sure.
in, and like you guys all have I made little dice boxes and
Right.
player cards, so I have all that stuff. I have all his stuff at the house. So yeah, I don't know. It is what it is, but
It is.
it's tough. There's just a lot, and obviously not to take anything away from, his family or his wife or anything.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's just hard. It's just hard.
So I think the end note that we'll say here is that we didn't want to linger on it. It's not the point of the video. It's definitely not why we did it and all of that. But I think it's worth saying that Josh lost his battle with depression, and it was something that Caleb and I struggled with for a good few weeks of, could we have said something more? Could we have done something more? Could we have done less? Could we have said less? I don't know. It's like, we don't know. And obviously, we're affected by it. We're bothered by it. We have a lot of thoughts about it. But it obviously affects his family and his wife way more than us. So, we just want, I think at the end of the day, if you know somebody struggling with mental health hardships and you yourself, just talk to somebody. Just put it out there. Put it out there to the world. Let somebody know. Put somebody, as a contact. And you don't got to tell everybody. Just talk to one or two people, And I think that's the
most important thing is just to remember, that's not your only choice.
Right.
And it's not your best choice, even if it feels like it,
Yeah.
Everybody goes through depression. Like, it's not like a dirty word. It's even like therapy and medication should not be a sticking point for anybody. It's very important. I deal with it in my life, and yeah, it's just important to seek out the right road when you're feeling like that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. it's tough. It's still tough. It's just.
Yeah, it's tough because you don't know.
It
It
just-
feels weird, like writing him out of our lives. I guess
Yeah.
that's the way to say it. Yeah, it just feels weird.
Yeah, it's just sudden. Anytime it's a sudden loss, it just doesn't. You can't process why.
Yeah.
And the weird thing about death is that you have moments where you forget. There'll be
yeah.
times where like I'll be like, oh, Josh would find that funny, and then you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't text him anymore. I won't see him out mowing his lawn.
Right.
Stupid stuff like that, you know.
Yep. They love the snow. Him and his
Yeah.
wife love the snow, so we're getting snow, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh well.
I thought about him last week when we woke up to that
Yeah.
3 inches of snow.
Yep.
Yeah. But you know, he was our friend, and we'll always remember him. And
Yeah.
like I said, we appreciate the time we had with him.
But as mentioned on our post, you know, Josh, he loved Nintendo. He loved the board game Dominion.
Oh yeah.
Big fan of that.
Yeah.
And obviously Star Trek.
A custom board.
He did have a custom board for it, yeah. So check those kind of things out. Play Mario Kart. Check out Dominion.
Yeah, played him.
Play Guitar Hero, Rock Band. He
Oh,
loved
yeah.
Rock Band. He was a really generous guy with his time, as Caleb was saying. Like, he was constantly busy with other things, with family duties, stuff that he just had going on in his life. But he always carved time out.
He
So.
helped a lot of people too.
Yeah. And we weren't obviously the only friends he had, so he was also hanging out with them too. So we're just trying to do him honor and talk about it and keep you guys in the loop. And I think Caleb and I are soon to be back on track. Obviously, seeing this video means we're getting ready to start things up again. So I think the first couple of videos that probably will come out, not quite on the channel, will be the 2 TOS episodes that were requested. Those will go directly on our Patreon, behind a paywall. That's just how it works.
Yeah. So that's one of our perks.
It's one of the perks.
Patreon is you can recommend an episode.
Yeah, so Ed Star is on our Patreon tier where he can request episodes. So we fulfill his requests, and I think it's for like $2 you can watch our videos on Patreon. But after those 2 TOS episodes are filmed and put on Patreon, we're going to finish up the con series. We had like 5 more episodes of that.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to start up the Defector of Next Generation. So
Yeah.
we'll get into that as well. This isn't one of those videos where we want like likes and comments and all that stuff. We're not looking for that kind of stuff. We're just letting our community know where we're at, what happened, and how Caleb and I are dealing with it. Eventually things will, as many people know with grief, in time things will change, and for the good, for the bad, life just changes, and Caleb and I will get back into the swing of what things was like before losing Josh.
It's hard to believe it's been a month already.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like it. Does not feel like it. Thanks, guys, for listening to us. We appreciate it. Any final thoughts, Caleb?
Yeah, we just, thank everybody for. I remember when you posted that, everybody was like super surprised, and they really wanted to know like what
was going on?
was going on and how we were doing.
Yeah.
It's cool, for people that you've never met to
Sure.
actually be interested in something like that. It doesn't affect them, but I think seeing him on our channel, I think also made it hard for them to process too. Like it's weird when anytime you know somebody or see somebody and it's like, oh yeah, they're not around. It's just weird.
Yep.
But, no, we got a lot of nice support, and yeah, I appreciate that. I know a lot of times I'm very sarcastic and snarky, but I do appreciate everybody. So.
Yeah. I think too, I obviously don't know 100%, but we made that GoFundMe page for his wife, and I'm pretty sure I saw some names on there that were from you guys, so obviously that's amazing, and that went to good use. His wife sadly has to move, so that'll definitely help her in whatever she needs to do. Well, we appreciate your time, and until the next time we're talking about something Star Trek, yeah, it's going to be weird. And Caleb and I are going to do our best to not make it super, super weird for you, but it's going to be weird for us. So hang in there with us. Thanks for being loyal fans. Thanks for caring about what we think about old shows and stuff. And we'll get this guy back on the Star Trek train, and he'll just love it.
Yeah.
He's just going to eat it up. All he's been saying to me this whole time is like, can I watch more of that?
Yeah. Of all the humans.
He was the most human.